Good day, beautiful people. So Killiam Apartments is really showing the mindset of corporate landlords out there and are stating that Atlantic Canada apartments are leading the way to revenue growth. But is that also focused on the quality of the rental units? Now stay tuned because I'm also going to be covering the Auditor General's latest report on how poor our Canadian Armed Forces housing situation is. Now back to Killiam Apartments. Year over year, they've been steadily increasing their rental rates from 2016 to 2025, almost completely ignoring their rental cap. With one of their executives even stating when a unit is empty, they're seeing a 40 to 50% increase to their rental rates because that unit being empty completely ignores the rental cap. So why would they be incentivized to lower their rates just to make the apartments more affordable? Now, the first thing you may think of is, okay, the rental unit is empty. They must mean that they're going to bring it up to code and then put it on the market, and of course that increases the price. But Nova Scotia lacks any form of enforcement or inspection systems to make sure before a rental unit goes on the market that it's actually brought up to code. Because there's countless stories out there where tenants move into a rental unit and notice that there's things that need to be repaired, even pointing them out before they move in, just to suffer being put onto a fixed term lease and evicted a year later because they've been complaining about those exact repairs not being done, or not being done up to code. These corporate landlords want to treat the rental market as a business, yet if you tell any one of them that you want to bring an inspector in, they'll find the quickest way to either get you evicted or shut down that idea. Or even if an inspector does come in and tell them things need to be done, there's no enforcement to force them to do it. We need an inspection system in place to check out all housing units to make sure they're brought up to code. Now this brings us to the Auditor General of Canada's report on the poor housing conditions of our Canadian Armed Forces. This report only covered 3 bases, one in BC, one in New Brunswick, and the other one in Ontario. Now over these 3 bases, they looked at 32 buildings and they found at least 227 high priority repairs that were identified, showing that some quarters lacked portable water, functioning water waste systems, or even access to Wi-Fi. They also noticed that D&D does not have reliable data on the total number of locations available for military members to live in. They did not even update their housing requirements since 2019 when it was identified they needed at least 5,200 to 7,200 new residential units. And even with their latest plan, they still are shy 3,800 units. Now to really put this into context, you can see the number of residential housing units available to be occupied versus the active applications, which completely dominate those numbers. So even our military members are suffering quality and quantity for housing. Now even though that was Canadian-wide, this really shows that almost on every single level, municipal, provincial, and federal, more needs to be done to protect those who are relying on the rental and housing market. But that's just my opinion on the matter, and like always, I'm very curious to know, what are your thoughts about this? And what are your thoughts about this in the comments down below?